This is a very long addendum to the last YouTube videos that you saw me after I had my little procedure. Well, as you can see, I have tape on my nose. As a matter of fact, I'm about day 10 or 11 from a closed rhinoplasty with a right spreader graft and rim grafts, also a columellar strut, a little bit of diced cartilage in the plumping area, and also in my infratip lobule. This was done to give me a little bit of counter rotation or lengthen my nose and give me a little bit of higher profile in regards to the tip, so more projection on the tip. And the source of cartilage was rib. So yes, I went through the whole rib experience. And how this all happened, again, after I was healing, about, who knows, 4 to 5 weeks after my closed nasal reduction, my same boy, I think it was the same son, I was on the airplane with him and my head was behind him, and by accident he headbutted me. And that just took my bones and moved them all over again and actually collapsed the right middle vault of my nose even more. So that's why I tell everybody, you got to really be careful with your bones. So I'm a great example of what not to do. So at least I'm very empathetic to whoever's watching this video that is going to be a patient of me or other surgeons to understand that, understand what it's like to go through rhinoplasty. You know, as I mentioned in my previous YouTube videos, I did have a rhinoplasty when I was younger, and I've had subsequent nasal obstruction on the right side greater than the left, and then I had my skin cancer on my left side right in the crease, which has distorted my nostril and whole ala on that side. And with the recent trauma, it made my breathing worse, and I said it's about time to go ahead and just get it done. So here I am. I went to Pearl Recovery right after surgery and was taken great care by the nurses, and I think it's really important to go to a good aftercare facility. I was in some discomfort from the rib, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. The nose was a little bit sore, but not too bad. I was taking half of a Darvocet maybe 4 or 5 times most during the first, let's see, if I had my surgery on Thursday, pretty much on Friday. You know, a little bit of Xanax is needed, but not much. You know, I was on some pain pills on and off for the first 3 days, you know, as an ad-needed basis. And you want to make sure you also, when you're taking these pain medicines, you want to take Colace twice a day, which is something that keeps you from being constipated from taking the pain medicine. In addition, I was on antibiotics, and there's a great probiotic to take with anytime you take antibiotics, either whether it's eating yogurt quite a bit every day or a probiotic called Align, A-L-I-G-N. So the post-op recovery for the first 3 days was pretty much uneventful except for some discomfort, sleeping on my back with 3 or 4 pillows, not sleeping on my side, cleaning out the inside of my nose. I did a lot of that on my own while I was at the post-op recovery place for 4 days. I had hyperbaric oxygen every day for an hour and a half, and I think that was fantastic. That helped with the swelling and the bruising. I also, during the surgery, had a little bit of fat put in my lower eyes because I was getting a little bit hollow since I'm aging. We'll see what percentage of that stays. I also had the scar on the left side of my nose redone because it was pulling the nostril more, so I had a V to Y procedure. And that's still healing, and we'll see how the nose, you know, the tip is still pulled over to the left a little bit, and but the nose is very, very stiff. And especially the columella area right here, it's really tender. I can't smile that much completely since patients tell me they can't smile. It's true, especially with a columellar strut. It's very tight there. After the 7th or 8th day, this started to calm down, but this was very, very tender to touch, the base of the columella. The nostrils are very firm, and I do a lot of cleaning at this point with Q-tips and saline gel. There's a saline pump called nasogel, which you can pump onto the Q-tip and then just use that to really moisturize the inside of the nose. And that will help with keeping everything moisturized, and I use a lot of saltwater spray and I irrigate twice a day. And I've been, using the arnica around my eyes. And now I just started putting the Kelacoat or silicone gel around this little incision right here and also on my rib incision. My rib incision is healing. I also am going to institute in my practice these nasal cones to help with the swelling on the inside. And here they are right here. You put them in. I'm going to show you how to put them in. Just you kind of slide it in like this. Isn't that nice? I'm doing this on YouTube now. I'm having these things put in my nose. But what this will do is help the inside of the nose with the swelling, help compress things. And I'm going to have a nice facial and clean my nose once I take this off. So here we are now at day 10. And then I'll come back to you after I have my tape taken off. And as I'm healing continues, I'll show you a little better look at my chest scar. And we'll watch how that's healing. So here I am in day 10, and my eyes look good. I was very hollow here, but I can tell some of the swellings go away. I can tell that some of the swelling is going away, which means some of that great look that I like is starting to disappear. So if I can get 30% take from the fat, I'll be really happy. So I will get back to you. Thanks.